Howdy, folks, it's Blinky here. And now from the folks who brought you the Professional Triers, Hot or Not, X-Lights Rundown, and Illuminosity, the game show, we bring you Blinky Flashy Lowdown, a discussion about making your holiday light show go blinky flashy. Now here's your host, Brian McVeigh.
Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Brian with Blinky Flashy Lowdown again, and I do have a couple special guests with me today. They don't have cameras, so you're just going to be looking at my pretty face this time, but I do have Richard Renn with Custom Light Creations and his nephew Daniel with us that helps him out and stuff. So, hi, guys.
Hello. I want to hear you pronounce his last name.
Okay, it is Koseminski.
Nope.
Close.
Close?
Kochemsky.
Bless you. Okay, say it one more time.
Kochemsky.
Kochemsky. Okay. Oh, pretty much how it looks. So,
yeah.
Is that Russian background?
Polish.
Polish. Right on. So, you guys, I heard through the grapevine, very wonderful, nice friend of mine, brain farted, David Spalding let me know that you guys have a special announcement, and that's why I wanted to invite you guys in here to talk about it. So who wants to go first?
I guess I can go first. We're going to be opening up and releasing a store for sequencing. We know that it's a popular thing out there nowadays. We're not going to have a sequencing club. We're just going to open up a page that will have sequences in it. And we really want the quality of the sequences to stay high. So it's not like we're going to release 50 or 60 sequences a year.
Right.
But there will be some good quality sequences that we feel will look really good on people's displays. And we're going to try to keep them at a very, very reasonable rate, so that we're, not trying to. We're not in this to try to make $1 million, but we definitely like the work that we do with the people we work with. They seem to like the work, so we figured we might as well put it out there for everybody else as well.
And you have some, from what you shared with me back when I was starting this podcast and I got with you, and seeing some of your custom work that you have done is just, and thanks for your service sequence that you did. Just, a matter of fact, I just mapped that yesterday and I got it on my show. I wanted to do it after Christmas so I could have more time for it. Just absolutely amazing. So with you coming out with the store and stuff on your website, are they still going to have, probably not the amount of detail, but still have the love and the care, I want to say, for that, for the store off the shelf sequences?
No, they will maintain the high quality and the detail that we put into our custom sequencing as well. We're not gonna let that falter. That's why I say we're not gonna have 50, 60 sequences a year. If we are lucky to put out 6 Christmas and 6 Halloween, I would be surprised, because when it comes with the detail, there's a lot of hours involved in designing and coming up with the new effects, trying to keep things fresh and different, Yeah.
That, and really trying to capture the song you're listening to. We really try to avoid just light spam. Not everything always has to be going. You want the light show, the visual aspect of it to go along with the music to make, an experience. You're not just watching lights and listening to music. You're experiencing a show. That's what we try to strive for.
Yeah, the lights are telling the story, a visual story to the sound of the music. So Awesome. Let me, because I'm terrible at this, but let me back up and have you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves, because there might be some guys that don't know, that listen to the show, that don't know you, that you're out there and how long you've been doing this. So, Richard, you want to start it off and just kind of give us a
Yeah,
little
I guess I see Daniel muted his mic, so
I was just my lungs were attempting to liberate themselves from my chest cavity, so I figured.
yeah, it's that time of the year.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
to give you a little bit of information, I started this back around 2005, 2006. We started decorating our house. I started like everybody else, more or less, with the Mr. Christmas 6-outlet box on my house. And we're sitting down watching TV one day, and I think everybody's hero kind of came on, the Miller Lite commercial. I don't know how many people remember seeing that, but Carson Williams is the first house I ever seen animated, and I saw it on TV. I looked at my wife. I said, that's what I want our house to do.
Awesome.
And I started to research. Now, back when I started, we did not have the abundance of information that is out there today for anybody who's just coming in. I didn't know anything about DIY light animation, the Aussie Christmas light forums, do it yourself Christmas, none of them. So it was YouTube videos, learning what controllers are out there, watching people do things, and I've seen this come a long ways. When I started, it was LOR 2.1 or something like that when I got started. And there was no RGB in the mix. There was no pixels in the mix back then that I could find.
Right.
So, I mean, we got up to a point here at our house where with the advancement of the city and whatnot, it just started getting too congested. And I live a block away from the fire and police department. And we started backing up traffic, and it's like, I can't have it on my shoulders if I cannot get people the safety factors that they need in town here. I wasn't going to have anybody not be able to get the fire department to their house because our lights had them blocked in. So we ended up shutting our show down, and we moved our show to Hicksville, Ohio, where they have they're nonprofit. They do Goodwill donations, and we've been helping them go animated out there.
Sweet.
And in the meantime, after we shut our show down, I said, well, I'll start playing with helping people out. I am a mentor in the official X Lights group. If anybody's looking for a mentor, they can just contact me, and I can help them out anyway. Send me a message. You know how it is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I started with my nephew. I was sequencing a few drive-throughs at the time, so I asked Daniel if he'd like to learn. And of course, him being a drummer in a band, he took right off, and it's just formed into what we have today.
That's awesome. That's to have that kind of background, because I have no rhythm. I don't have a musical bone in my body, so that's why
I cannot read a note.
No.
I cannot read a note.
I tried the baritone, the guitar, the saxophone, the clarinet. Yeah, no, none of that worked for me. So I rely on other people, and I appreciate what other people do.
So now we know who takes care of all of our timing marks.
Yes, yeah. I was kind of leading into that a little bit. So Daniel, you wanna take over?
Yeah, I mean, so I had never really been interested in it until moved out to Conneaut. I live, half a mile from his house, and he had Linus and Lucy going, and he had a whole bunch of canes, candy canes, and he's like, hey, it would be super cool if you could get these to play the piano part. So I spent, I don't know, probably a week over at his house, literally just trial by fire learning Lightorama, which was what he was using at the time. And the end result I thought was super cool. And I don't know, just one thing led to another. And now I'm doing, lots of different sequencing on all kinds of different things. It's really cool.
That's where the challenge comes into.
I mean, I like learning to do stuff and pick things apart, learn how they work. So it's just another thing for me to, I don't know, keep saying doing. I'm always doing something.
That's very cool. So how long have you been working with Richard then?
Oh, 6, 7, 8 years now. It's been a while.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So on and off helping with things, and then more recently we really started pushing to make this, a full-on project. So now here we are.
Yeah, it's been about the last 2 to 3 years that you've been really full tilt with me.
Yeah, really going full hard. Yeah, 2 or 3 years, but on and off before then a little bit.
Yeah. So, well, let me ask you this: with you coming out with your sequences, like Robert and Clyde, I love those guys to death. They're my heroes. But something that I really appreciate that they do is they took like a basic house off the internet, and that's what they designed, and that's what they do all of their sequences to, is that, which makes it nice to be able to map over for someone like me that I know how to map real well. But as far as like the groups go and the house design, how are you guys going to do that? Are you going to have a little bit of everything: arches, candy canes, spinners, snowflakes, so on and so forth?
Yeah, we've got a basic setup just like everybody else does. We're not going to separate it into like a pro class and a moderate class, a beginner's class, or anything like that.
Right.
It's just one single layout. Now, what we will do is every sequence that we do sell, you will get a document that will let you know exactly what submodels need to be made on a tree of certain sizes.
I just learned that.
how many layers need to be added to a model group or an individual model or an individual submodel to help you bring it all in, because a lot of our work is not group related. A lot of our work is individual model related, and the layers that we put on that and the submodels that we put on there. So in order to keep the quality of the sequence, we have to maintain and keep down at them levels. Sometimes it may be all the way down to the strand level on certain items like trees and such, in order to get that effect that we're actually looking for.
Right.
So yeah, we're going to try to make it as friendly as possible for the person to be able to say, okay, well, I need to add this to my tree, or I need to add this many layers to my group, and whatever they have to get the sequence in and matched up good.
Yeah, I learned a ton with your thanks for your service sequence that you did, because when I'm sitting there mapping, I mean, I've always seen the triangles off to the left on my part of the display, and then you had was the snowflakes, and then you had the subs in the snowflake, and I'm like, well, crap, where do I put that stuff? Because it's got to be cool. So I clicked on the arrow, and I'm like, son of a biscuit. I mean, I've missed that for the last 2 years, the beginning part of this year mapping over stuff, and then it just never dawned on me until I got playing around with yours, and I'm sitting there, inner ring, outer ring, what the hell do I do with these things? And then all I did, just one click, and I'm like, there it all is. And then I even clicked it again, and that went into the node level, and I'm like, oh, this could get real down and dirty.
It very much can.
So, but yeah, it's something I definitely should have learned, and I've probably missed some really good sequencing on my show from that. So now when you do your house And I'm going to go, because that's the freshest one in my mind, I'm going to go back to the thanks for your service. When you do the house all, is that going to have the matrix and the megatree in it to carry over effects, or as just background effects and leave the megatree and the matrix by themselves?
Normally, most of the time, and I would say a high majority of the time, you will not see a whole house effect in our sequences.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing that we strive to stay away from. There are some songs out there that I feel do call for a whole house effects, and I have used them. In fact, one we just did for Michelle and William out in California.
No, exactly.
Bangarang sequence.
Yep.
You can see in there. There's a couple spots where we did use a whole house effect, but that song, it's like that's what it called for at that time. But it wasn't for very long. It broke. It went into something else, and then it went right back into whole house, broke into something else. Yeah, that was a fun sequence to do there. I really enjoyed doing that one.
Yeah, when you do run into those, if we do use something like that, we'll have instructions there on what groups need to be in that special group. But generally, like actually setting up whole house effects isn't all that difficult. The magic of X-Lights actually handles much of the trickery there. It's really just about having the right groups put together, and having them mapped out properly. But as Rich said, yeah, we don't tend to use a whole lot of those unless we really feel it's important to make a statement in the show itself.
Sweet.
Now, have you been on our site at all?
I went to it back when we first was PMing back and forth, and then you sent me some of the other sequences. But I am on it now, and I'm just in the home displays.
Are you? Well, you should look under the fireworks and pyro musicals as well.
Oh yeah, you did send me some of that too. So
yeah, we work with a lot of good people around this area, and doing the fireworks displays, the pyro musicals, and working pixels and moving heads into stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, David Spalding last night was sitting there talking to him on the brew tank, and he had mentioned that because he does some pyro for 4th of July, and he sent me his oops video, but now he uses what is it, Cobra?
Yeah, the Cobra firing systems.
Yeah, he's much safer, much further away than how he did it before. So
yeah, there's a video out there. I don't know if you've ever seen it, where one of the big cities had a very serious oops.
Really?
The entire 20-minute show went up in 3 seconds.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. I'll send you the link to it so you can check it out.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure exactly what happened. Some people claim it was a time code error. Other people claim it was, fire all error. But it's you want to see something that can happen, it'll really blow your mind as to what can happen with pyro.
Wow. Okay, so let me look into the future. Let's talk a year from now. If somebody wanted to add a little bit of pyro into their New Year's Eve celebration or their New Year's Eve sequence, that would take quite a bit to set up, or would be?
No, not at all. I do a lot of scripting here at the house. In fact, the one show, the Holidays show, that was out in Utah. I designed that entire show here at the house. I sent him everything he needed. He set it up exactly how I sent it to him, and that's how it fired. And the town loved it so much that they hired him already to do the 4th of July.
No kidding. Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoy working with, like I said, all the different people that I've worked with throughout the years. The people that I've custom sequenced for have just had, everybody's display is different, but they all look, and just, it's a lot of fun working with these people and helping them get their stuff going, and seeing what what their interpretations of the songs are as well once they get them in their hand.
Yeah. Wow. Just it's totally incredible. Now, this is going back 30 years. But in Kansas, we used to have what was called the Go Forth celebration. And with technology that we had back then, they would have fireworks that were set to music. So, you know, on the beats, it would either take off, and then, of course, it was a timing for when it exploded on the next beat or whatever.
Yep.
So that would be like what you're doing now in today's day and age, today's technology.
Yeah, my first experience working out in the field was working PyroFest 2016 in, I think it's Newcastle, PA. I stood out in the middle of this thing with a fire extinguisher, hard hat, earplugs, and safety glasses on, waiting for fires to go off. If you ever have the opportunity to look up Prism PyroFest 2016, and you can actually see exactly what it looked like. I was standing out in the middle of that. And it's just, there is no experience in the world like it. It's something to stand back in the crowd and watch the fireworks go off. But to actually stand out there in the middle while they're going off around you is just an experience of a lifetime. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. So Prism 2016.
Yeah, PyroFest Prism 2016.
Oh, PyroFest. Shoot.
There's only one other thing in my career doing all this stuff that has really topped all of that, and that was I met up with a gentleman by the name of Rob Mudrick, and within working with him last year, we got tied up with Magic of Lights. I don't know if you've seen the 5 trees he designed, the 60-footer, the 250-footers, and the 240-footers.
I think I've probably seen it. I didn't know who did it, but
yeah, it was for Magic of Lights in Berea, Ohio, and Daniel and I got to work in conjunction with Trans-Siberian Orchestra in order to sequence with these trees.
No kidding.
Yeah. We had all rights to any and all of their videos online, any songs online. In fact, they actually sent us tour video from their backdrop videos from the tour that we got to use on the trees as well. That's the highlight so far of my career, and I hope it only keeps going forward from this point on.
Wow, I'm sorry. I just had another thought.
That's okay.
I was scribbling again. Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb, and this is nothing against Ryan Casper Cook or anything like that for the sequence for X Lights Around the World, but could I start a lobby to get you, if you wanted to, do the X Lights Around the World for next year, for 2020?
We would love to do it.
That was super cool.
Yeah.
The lobbying has started then. So I will get with Russell and Jordan and like I said, and you know, I mean, I loved the Forgotten Country. It kind of grew on me over the year, getting ready for X Lights Around the World and stuff. But when you're watching the sequence and you're like, oh, something was missed. There could have been something there, you know, and that's what I don't like when I'm watching a sequence and I'm like, oh, there was a missed opportunity to, you know, if the song elevated in, I don't want to say rhythm because I'm not rhythmic, but you know, the song elevates, then the light should elevate. You know, the song kind of slows down or kind of calms down a little bit, then the lights, you know, move a little slower or something. That's what I look at. So
everybody has their own style and what they do and what they interpret as well, you know, when it comes to the music. So try not to be judgmental of others with their sequencing. But everybody does have their own techniques. They do have their own visions and their own interpretations of what they feel. I mean, I know Lilia, when I've talked with her, she's the type that when she sequences, when she hears the music, she physically sees colors that give her the inspiration to do what she does. That's I really honestly wished I had something like that, but I don't. I sit there and I listen to the music over and over and over again. And what I will do is I will pick a spot and I will go in and I will just build that section, the effect I want for that section. And then I'll skip to another spot. And then I'll skip to another spot. And then I'll say, hey, Daniel, I'm kind of like out of ideas. You want to take over for a little bit? And he'll kind of chuckle and he'll say, yeah. And then he'll take over.
As I chuckle and say, yeah.
And then once he has a section done, he sends it back to me. And I said, wow, okay, I see where he's going with that. Now I can add this into it because this would, I think, would look really cool here. And that's how we get to where we finish our sequences back and forth with it. You know, it's not all just him or just me. It's both of our interpretations working together to come together to make the sequence what it is.
Yeah. And that's perfect because that was going to bring up my next one was going to be what kind of color palette would go with each song. Because I know Michael and Diana, they talked about for X Lights when, you know, she does the same thing as she envisions a color when she's listening to the song. So is that how you guys come up with the color palettes that you're using for your sequences?
I just start playing with colors until I find something that looks good to me. I don't know what Daniel does. I mean, I don't know how he picks his colors.
I have a few things like I keep in mind. Like, for example, we'll use the X Lights Around the World sequence. There's a lot of blues and purples, darker, like not necessarily like bad, but just darker feeling colors, because the song is very, I don't know, spacey, for lack of a better term. Like when you listen to that song, there's a lot of ethereal kind of vibe to it. So I lean towards darker kind of colors like that. Or if we're talking about a really happy and uplifting song, I'll lean towards like reds and golds and warm, happy colors. It really depends on the song and the vibe that you get from it. That's where I kind of pick my colors from.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Yeah, I wish I had a touch of your guys' creativity and skills.
Well, you would have a very good 4-letter vocabulary as well.
I have that too. I'm surprised we haven't said, Keith, can you edit that for me, please? I try to pretend I have a little 2-year-old sitting next to me when I'm doing these, so I try to keep it as clean as possible. So. Oh shoot! Sorry about that. My show just started.
Your show just started.
Oh. Yeah, it's 5:30 here, so I mean that's when I light up. So and I got my little radio in here, so I know if it's running.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, it's like I don't know if you watch Gold Rush at all.
No, I don't.
Have you ever seen that character Tony Beats on any commercials, and how they have to bleep him all the time?
Does he got the big old long beard?
Well, I just shaved it yesterday, but yeah, I had quite the beard going. And I looked in the mirror one day. I said, oh, my God, it's coming true. And they said, what's that? I said, more and more every day, I'm looking more and more like Tony Beats, and I keep talking like him more and more every day. Pretty soon all you're going to hear is beeps come out of my mouth.
Well, I sent out a preemptive strike, I guess you'd call it, because I did let Keith know, hey, this might need some editing because Richard said he's not the purest of tongues. I hope that's okay.
I've been training myself to behave.
You're doing awesome. Yeah, we might throw in a curse word every once in a while because I do it with mapping. I'll be like, son, and then I got to go back in and see what I missed. I'm like, why is it so dark right now? Oh crap, I missed a whole, whatever. So my snowflakes was supposed to be doing something, but But yeah, it can get pretty colorful pretty quick.
Yeah, at times it can, that's for sure.
All right. So again, that website's going to be Custom Light Creations. Oh, I guess I could have looked up
Yep.
here too instead of trying to read my chicken scratch. And then within that, you're going to have the store. Now,
Yep.
when are you going to start putting stuff in there? When can people start looking for it?
I would say by the end of January.
Into January? Perfect.
By the end of January, we should have everything up. We've been concentrating on getting the site put together. I mean, you can see it says still site under construction. That'll be coming off soon. But also, if you go, we have our set of recommended vendors that we know that we've trusted throughout the years and whatnot. So we did put up a page on there that says recommended vendors. But also on that page, anybody that comes to our site, if they scroll down to the bottom, they'll also notice we have free sequences that are out there. I got to get a hold of the people who are running the X-Lite. The free sequences on X-Lights. The
share folder.
Yeah, the share drive and that. Because I'd like to get a link to that on here as well. Because not everybody can afford to have somebody custom sequence. Not everybody can afford to buy sequences. So we're trying to put a location together for as well. If they come check us out, they'll have a place where it's all in one area where they can go to High Country Lights. They can go to the Sequence Armory. They can go to the shared drive. Or if anybody knows of any other free sequencing areas out there, just send us an email. We'll get a link on it. If they allow us to put a link up, we'll put a link up on here. And that way the resources are all in one area for people to look at.
I know John, I don't know if I can say his last name or not. I know John does a lot with the share drive. He goes in and looks at them, make sure it's not a paid sequence that somebody tried to put up there or anything. So he does go through there and look at them a lot, and I'll text you his name. Or
if you contact him, just contact him and have him get in contact with us with the link. If he wants it up on here, we'll be glad to put it up on there for him.
Awesome. Yeah, because some of those sequences, and last year I used a lot of them off of that shared drive, and I used a few of them off of the Sequence Armory because I helped map some of those. But now that I've learned some more tricks, I think I better go in and redo a couple of mine. So
what you're saying is us old dogs can learn a new trick once in a while. Then.
Hell yeah. Hey, if you ain't learning, you ain't living. So that's
right.
I mean, I'll learn until the day I die. I'll learn something on my deathbed, and it'll probably be a son of a biscuit moment.
Now, have you had a chance to look at any of the talking characters I got going on in here?
I have not. This is terrible because I have not been on here since we spoke last time. So, but I did watch some of these. I think you sent me the videos for some of them.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I did or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do make custom singing faces for P10 panels, P5 panels, video projection.
Dude, I'm already
that scary clown.
That's what I'm looking at. I love it.
That one there I made in X-Lights. I exported the video from the model. Then I took it into After Effects and created this effect to bring it back into X-Lights. So, I mean, there's a lot of work involved in making things like that with the smokiness coming off of them and everything. But there's not a whole lot we can't do when it comes to singing faces.
That's sick. That is just that's awesome. All he needs is a beard.
Yeah. We can come up with a bearded character.
You can do the bearded. Yeah, that is awesome.
But I want to make the beard out of flames.
Of course.
All right. Okay.
Duh.
All right.
I do want to get a Halloween show at some point and take mine to the next level. So I don't know if it's going to happen this year or not, but that clown face is awesome. So you guys got to go in and check out the Custom Light Creations. Go to Talking Characters. I'm looking at 2, 4, 6. Looks like you got 8 of them altogether.
Yeah, we don't
That's
have
all.
them all listed up there right now on things that we've done. We got to get our newest video up there, Daniel, of that singing clown with the 4 different looks he has.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's not
I
on
almost
here.
forgot about that guy. No, he's super cool.
And in case some people aren't as strange as I am, there are some very kid-friendly singing Christmas ornament, singing lights and stuff. They look cute as hell. So
Yeah, if you see the female elf standing there,
yeah.
she will never be for sale. I created her for my wife to put on P10 panels in our window, and the following year we had to shut the show down, so she's never been used, and she never will until we can use her somewhere.
Oh man.
But she has there's a total of 60 some pictures with her. She has actual movement. She tilts her head to the left, she tilts her head to the right, straight up. And she's I'll have to share. Yeah, she's on there.
Yeah, she just tilted her head. I'm watching her right now. She would be really good with I cannot remember the name of that song. It's a real upbeat. Oh my god.
Sure. See?
Yeah, see. It's the girl singing, and it's a real upbeat song, and she forgot cranberry sauce or something, and she had to go to a store, and there was a flame there from last year or something like that. Barbershop.
You got me totally lost. Never heard
Yo,
it.
man, I just got everybody totally lost. Hopefully they're not driving and start looking up. What the hell is Brian talking about? Oh, she's even got effects behind her and stuff too. That is awesome. Yeah, very sweet. Right on. Well, is there anything else you guys want to add? I don't know if
I can't say that I have anything else to add other than we do have a Facebook page out there. If you'd like to go over like the Facebook page.
Well, I hadn't
update things on that.
Yeah, what is that? I had no idea.
It's Custom Light Creations.
Really? You couldn't think of anything else?
We're kind of stuck on that name right now.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. Oh, Keith, sorry. Call me a big old dummy head. All right. I will go over there and like you guys as soon as we get off of here, because as soon as I open up Facebook, it's going to start dinging again. So, Daniel, you got anything left?
No, I mean, thank you for having us. Thanks for helping spread the word about us. It really does mean a great deal. Trying to make this happen.
Oh, heck yeah. It's my pleasure. So anytime I hear something's coming out, sequence related, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder if they want to be on my podcast. So,
well, now anything that's blinky flashy should be on your podcast.
Oh, everything blinky flashy. Heck yeah. The wife's sneaking in. They can't see me. No, but they can hear you.
Hey, you muted your mic in time. We couldn't hear.
I did. I got the push button right on my mic right here. So I don't have to search for it on the computer. All right, guys. Well, again, customlightcreations.com, and then Facebook, Custom Light Creations as well. Give them a like. See what these guys are up to. Now, are you going to put little videos of what you're working on at the time? Awesome.
Yeah. There's videos up there right now of things that we've worked on, things that we've done, and once we start working on a new sequence and we get it, going, we'll probably put clippets up there of it.
I probably should have known about this before we spoke.
That's all right. Not a big deal.
Doggone it. So, all right. Well, thank you guys. This has been fun. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. So, again, Richard Renn with Custom Light Creations with his nephew Daniel Kaminsky.
No,
I was closer the first time I tried it. Code.
I had to go there though. I had to go there with that last name.
Man.
It's a hard one.
Kochimsky.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, yes. Phew. I didn't want to say what I was trying to think of to bring that back to me, but chip skate, no, I'm just teasing. No. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
And now a word from our sponsors. The Pixel Pro Display Sequence Club is the only club that pays for itself. Here are just some of the benefits of becoming a member. Each month, you will receive a free original sequence programmed by the pros at PPD to take your display to the next level. Access to weekly X-Lights effects presets, which you can use in your own sequences or modify to create your own unique effects library. Access to the PPD affiliate discount program, getting up to 15% off or more from over a dozen of our PPD partners. So visit us on the web today at pixelprodisplays.com and also find us on Facebook at Pixel Pro University. Pixel Pro Displays. What can Pixel Pro Displays do for you?